Thanks for tuning in to Mix It Up Monday. We're continuing with our Neutral Tint series with Daniel Smith's Neutral Tint, and today we're going to try Permanent Alizarin Crimson. So we'll see what happens. So we're going to mix different percentages of it. In my tray here, I have Neutral Tint. This is the Permanent Alizarin Crimson. What a beautiful red this is. So pretty. And I have no idea. I just think it's going to turn more dusty. We will see. I find these little exercises very helpful because when you're looking for that certain color and you don't want to go buy a whole tube of it, you can mix any color with just 3 basic colors, red, blue, and yellow. But, you know, sometimes that's hard to do. So by trying these little cards out and making our little charts, we can see what these combinations make, and we don't have to go buy a whole tube. Maybe we can get away with, you know, just mixing it, and if we really like it, we could buy a tube. I'm putting just a little bit more Neutral Tint in my tray. So I am trying to make it about the consistency of whole milk, like I did in the other videos as well. So here's my Neutral Tint, and we're going to put it on our paper. And I'm also going to mark my little percentage ratios here so I know which color of which I put. And there, I just rinsed my brush out, and then just with some water, I'm coming back in and I am bringing it out so we can see from dark to light and all the colors in between. Okay, so we're going to start out now with 75% Neutral Tint. So the way I'm measuring it is just by brushfuls. I'm doing 3 brushfuls of Neutral Tint to represent 75% and 1 brushful of Permanent Alizarin Crimson. And we're going to mix them up. And, oh, I forgot to put my Alizarin Crimson on my chart, but I will in one moment. So I'm rinsing my brush out, and I'm just coming back with a clean brush full of water. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Gooseberry color, huh? Or blackberry? Some kind of berry. Isn't that pretty? Didn't expect that. That's exciting. Let me come back with some red here, mark my ratios. There we go. Okay. Wow, that was pretty. I thought it was just going to really make it drab, but beautiful color. Love it. Love that color. So now this has 3 brushfuls of Neutral Tint, 1 brushful of Alizarin Crimson, so I owe it 1 more brushful to make a 50-50 percentage. Oops, one spill in there. And we're going to bring it out over here. Boy, this is surprising me. This is a raspberry color, isn't it? Let's see. Put too much water. So now I just rinsed my brush out, and I'm just going to drag it. Oh, pretty. I'm so surprised. You know what I forgot? There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take 1 big brush full of my Alizarin Crimson to make, or 3 brushfuls of Alizarin Crimson to make my 75% Alizarin Crimson to 25% Neutral Tint. Ah, messing up today. So I'm going to try to get 25% in there. I think that's pretty good. We'll put that down. And bring it on out. I could have maybe added a little bit more red to that, I think. It is different though. You can see like right in here. So this is redder than this one. We're watching it dry. So these are just guesses. Just guessing on how much to, you know, a brush full is. So this is 100% Permanent Alizarin Crimson. Rinse my brush out, and then I'm just bringing it back in so we can see, we can get it right down, you know, to a really soft red. So it doesn't really go pink, I don't think. Yeah, not. It's kind of more of a strawberry color. Everything is food, isn't it? So I'm making my shape here. We're going to do a wet on wet with more of a control, dabbing it into the boundaries, and then I'm going to do a wet on wet, just very loose. So try to get even water there, and then I'm just going to take my alizarin crimson and dab in a few spots, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the neutral tint and dab that in a few places. And that neutral tint is strong, very strong. So I'm just kind of putting it, mixing it a little bit on my shape, trying to stay within my shape here. And just to see what colors kind of pop through as I'm doing that. Okay, we'll let that set dry there. And then this is just wet on wet. So I'm going to get my alizarin crimson, get as much as I can. I'm running low, but there we go. That's good. And a little bit more dropping in of the neutral tint. And like I said, this is just kind of loosely how I paint with my loose paintings. And so I can kind of nudge in just clean water and drag it out and see what we're getting there with the loose. Smudge it a little. So we got like purples and reds, a little bit of the depth, and as we bring it on out like that, we're getting really soft, pretty florally colors. I think would be pretty. Fruit, I see fruit. I see grapes and strawberries and raspberries, you know, everything in between. So that was Neutral Tint Permanent Alizarin Crimson. I hope you enjoyed that one today. And next week, we're going to try a different color. We're going to try, let's see, we'll go turquoise next week. We'll do a little bit of the ultramarine turquoise. So until I see you again next Monday, I hope that your week is filled with peace and love. And leave me a comment if you want me to try something for you. I'd be really happy to do that. Okay, until then, bye-bye.